having you here. Thank you so much for joining today's call. In this part of the world, it's 8 p.m. and we're having our session this beautiful evening. I hope the weather is cozy over there and you're having a beautiful time. Today, we'll be talking about from fans to advocates, turning community members into brand ambassadors. Turning community members into brand ambassadors. And I couldn't think of any perfect duo to do it apart from Nano Complex, my friend, and Abu Shedrak, my very good ally. So it feels great to have you here, sirs. And I would like us to start by briefly introducing ourselves before we jump into the discussion of the day. So yeah, Nano Complex, you have the mic, please. If you're speaking, I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect, perfect. I can hear you. Very perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, everybody. My name is Nano Conflicts. I'm a community manager and ambassador and some sort of a great person, all centered around Web3 and DeFi, decentralization.
It feels great to have a powerhouse in the house. Yeah, it feels great to have a powerhouse in the house. So yeah, over to you, Abu Shedra. Can we please meet you?
Okay, GM, everybody. Can you guys hear me? I want to believe
Perfect,
I'm
perfect.
audible.
I can. Very
Okay,
audible,
yes,
very
thank you so
audible.
much. Thank you so much. My name is Abu Shedrak, also known as Crypto Nature, and I'm the founder of CNC DAO, a community that is focused on promoting green power and then creating an eco-friendly environment through blockchain technology. And I'm also a community development manager, somebody that is focused on building both online and offline community through event hosting and other offline related activities. So it's good to be here, and I believe an amazing one. So thank you so much.
So yeah, thank you so much. I think from our speaker's introduction, we already know. So sorry, guys. We already know we're having a beautiful and amazing time, and I can't wait to delve into the discussion of the day. But first of all, I would like our speakers to please do us the honor of actually giving us their 2 cents on what they think community members are. How will you define a community member? As persons who are community oriented, you two are community builders. Would like to know who do you call a community member and what are the boxes that must be checked before someone is termed a community member? So you can start with that question, Abu Shedra. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. So I would like to first of all start it this way, or this is how I categorize people in my community, right? Not everybody in the community is a community member. There are people that are there for what they can get. That's number one. There are people that are there to, aside from the, let's say, giveaways or other stuff, informational benefits. But these are the people I categorize and classify as my community members. Number one, people that contribute to the overall growth of the community. That's number one. Two, people that support others, people that support others. That means these are people in the community that whenever someone asks, have an issue or has a question and then you just drop it, they are eager and ready to actually drop their 2 cents on the subject matter. You get the point? They are, I call them contributors, right? So a community member must be somebody that believes in the overall goal, which is the mission and vision of the community. Two, it the person is contributing. That means through answering questions, through making sure the group is active and stuff like that. And three, people that will definitely, want to make you go beyond what you already have in mind. So what did I mean? These are, we call them the initiators, right? These are, let's say, obviously, the people in your community don't just belong to only your community. Okay, they see something working in another community, and then they, okay, why not we implement this? So these are people that have what the interest of the community at heart to make sure that the community is growing regardless. So this is how, and then this is people that I term as community members. So yes, thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. I think you did justice to that question, because I think I was actually interacting with the community sometimes ago, and they have different names for different persons in their community. Now, you talked about contributors, yes. So those contributors are actually those that have been active in the community, that have been contributing to the overall growth process, the overall beauty, and just the growth of the community. I will say, pardon me to say that. And there is a role on the community whereby they said lockers. Now, these lockers are those that are just there. They are adding no meaningful value to the communities. And I feel to a great extent the community team don't actually take them serious. You get the point. This part that I say, okay, we are just here, they are just here for the shiny things. When there's no longer things that are shiny, they get to run away from the community and all that. So it's always that way. Thank you so much for throwing more light to that. So yeah, to our second speaker, Nano, I don't know if you have something to say with regards to that also from your end. Yeah, Nano, please, we can't hear you if you are speaking. We still can't hear you. We really want to hear you. You're mute. You are unmuted actually, but we can't hear you. So we don't know if it has anything to do with your network connection. We hope you fix it real fast, and we hear from your well of experience. I really want to hear you speak, and I can't wait. I can't wait to hear you speak. So before we get Nano back, I think we had lots of persons joining. We have Swat, yeah, we have Favor. Thank you for joining us. We have Gumnama Clement. We have Swat B2K. Thank you so much for joining us. So yeah, Nano, probably you might want to leave and join back again if that would be fine by you. Okay. So back to our other speaker, Crypto Nature. I would like to say you actually did a thing with your first explanation on who a community member is and setting boxes. Every person has to feel before they are called a community member. So now today we are actually talking about from fans to advocates. So from fans to advocates, it takes a lot for you to convert a stranger to become a fan. You understand? Because at the end of the day, I personally believe, as a community centered person, I believe that if you really want to do great with your business, with your company, with your project, then you must actually come to a place whereby your community members become your marketers. I know you might have marketing strategies. I know you might have ad budget and all that. You understand? But I would like to know from you, what are the things that every company, every community has to put in place for their community members to become brand ambassadors? So I would like to hear that from you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. It's actually rare to actually, hop on calls and, calls like this, and then such questions are being asked because most community builders tend to neglect this. But this is one thing I will say. So after I actually say it, then I would like to buttress on it more. So number one is, what will it take? That's the question, right? So it does not take much. This is how I see it. Now, this is it. It only takes one thing, which is what? Belief. Belief. You said something. You say it's actually not easy, bringing somebody that a total stranger, let's use the word, and then making that person not only believe in the community, but also what? Determined to actually see this community grow. How? How is that even possible, right? It all boils down to what? Belief. As a community builder, yeah, if you really want to convert your community members from just being an ordinary community members to your brand ambassador, even without, incentive attached to it, even without promises of anything, they will call it instinctive motivation, right? It has to do with what? It has to do with belief. So you have to sell them a belief that will make them want to do it regardless of the pay. Excuse me. So yes, you have to sell them a belief, right? Now, number one, you don't just sell them any kind of belief. Number one, these are the belief that actually is, should I say, that is right to sell. One, you have to make them understand why it is important. That's number one. Two, you have to also outline the, what is it called, the disadvantage if what you guys are meant to achieve did not come to play. And thirdly, right, you have to have people of, should I say, like minds. Now, it is more easier when you have people of like minds. That means people that, let's say, your interests align. It is easy to, you know, all the community members to see a particular, what's it called, a particular problem from, the same angle and stuff like that. So it has to do with belief. So now you have to sell your belief to your audience, which is your community members. Now, many people are still wondering, right? Pioneers can confidently say today that they did not do any marketing, did not do anything. But guess what? They are sitting at what, 60 million. How did they even do that? They sell a belief of hope, they sell a belief of a better future. It still boils down to hope, right? They sell a belief of what? Power. What means? Inclusivity. So you see, this is the only belief they sell. And they told themselves, and then they told the community, okay, we are not going to pay anybody to be ambassador. But guess what? If you do this and then we get this as the result we are looking forward to, this is the greater good. You get the point. So if somebody believes in something that, okay, this particular thing is good, the person will go extra mile. And I'm telling you, extra mile. Now, people tend to feel that, okay, money motivate people. No, somebody that believe in the cause, right? He can go extra mile more than somebody that is being placed on a payroll. That's why where belief is absent and the money is the essence of the work, you hear something like, this is above my payroll or this is below my payroll. It simply means that I am not paid to go this mile that I'm supposed to go. But when it has to do with belief, right? You there is no limitation. You get the point. You will not limit yourself. Your own focus is what? Result. So if you sell a belief to your community member and then you make them believe in the mission, vision, and why it is important, believe me, they won't set any limitation for themselves. They will, instead of, what was it called, instead of self-driven, they will be, what was it called, focus more on results. You get the point. They'll focus more on results. So their activities, their actions, their decision will be focused on what? On what? Results. So it is going to be result driven. So the best strategy to do is to sell a belief to your community. When you successfully sell a belief to them, telling them what they stand to gain, why it is important, and how they can go about it, believe me, you member will turn an ambassador regardless of pay or not. So yeah, this is just my 2 cents on that. So thank you.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much, Crypto Nature. Um, Abu Shedrak. I think I totally agree with you because I think there is a community I belong to now, and probably I haven't gotten anything monetary from them, but because of the cost that they sold to me, because of the vision and goals they sent to me, the mission they sold to me, I'm currently there. I think a lot of people, a lot of community builders actually get it wrong when they think um, you need to monetarily incentivize your community. I think you can incentivize hope, you can incentivize belief, like you said. Yes, those are things that can be incentivized. There are things you can promise your community members that money can't afford them. And once they are in the same page, on the same page with you, it becomes super amazing and becomes easy for a lot of them to actually journey through where you are going, or where the entire project is going to. So thank you very much for that. Our friend Nano Complex, please, are you here? Let's know if you are back. Let's hear your voice if we can hear you. We've missed you. Can you unmute yourself?
I think Nano is actually having network issues.
Yeah, I think at this point, oh my God, it's stopping us from getting value from our friend. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Hi, Nano Complex. Your voice is really down. We would have loved to hear you.
No, GM. Oh, God.
Wow. Oof. We really want to hear Nano speaking. Oh my, oh my, oh my. So sorry about that. So sorry about that, Nano. So sorry about that. So yeah, we might have to continue with Abu Shejak, while definitely we'll have to hear Nano dropping in some good input before he leaves. Thank you so much. Yeah, for Abu Shejak, I would like to ask, um, as someone that has been in the community space for some time, I know every community builder has um, a community platform that they love. Yes, one that resonates with them and what they are building. So I'd like to ask, what community platform are you very much on? You will tell us why and how you use that platform to actually push your community members. Yes, how you push your community members and turn them from just members to becoming an advocate. So yeah, I know the community platform you will talk about, but yeah, I won't preempt you. I would like to hear it from you. So yeah, thank you. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. So sorry about the echo guy. Yeah, I belong to communities that there's so much love, and then it actually resonates to what I do, and it helps me grow in the Web3 space. So number one community is community that actually talk about Web3 jobs, because it helps me, grow in the corporate space, in the Web3 space. That was number one. Number two, I belong to Super Team. Yes, it's in line with the corporate aspect of the Web3, because it's a community that don't just, okay, you don't just belong to it. It exposes you to principles, right? Number one, there is structure, number two, and then networking, right? So now, me personally, if I still get the question right, it says that how am I using it to, turn my community members into advocates.
Very correct. Very correct. Very correct, sir.
Is that the question, sir?
Yes, very correct. That's the question. I hope you can hear
Okay,
me.
thank you. So, in respect to that, this is how I do it. It also boils down to the first thing I said, which was belief, right? And people, it is not difficult these days any longer to actually sell belief to people when there is a result. It may not be a huge result per se, but if you have something going for yourself, if you have a working system, so it is more easier to convince somebody about a system that you have tested already, and then that person can buy into it. So you get the point. So we've seen people belong to a community, and then all they are is just community members. But guess what? I'll be like, okay, this community, we both are in this community. This is how I'm benefiting from this community, and you have been in this community, and you are not benefiting from it. So now I am bringing my results. You get? I'm bringing my story, and then I'm using this thing to sell a belief to this particular member. So now, having to sell these beliefs to that member, he will like to work on himself. That's number one. Two, he will like to push. You get, and then when you actually are a part of something that is working, you yourself you start working. So you will see it all boils down to the passion in it, right? So if this person like, okay, crypto just told me about this, the thing is working, right? When he said applying it, right, and the thing is now working for him, out of the joy of discovery, right? That's number one. Out of the joy of implementation, you realize that you also want to talk to another person. You get the point? Because we as human, we believe that okay, when we tell somebody about something that is of great benefit, right? And the person start benefiting from it, right? There is always a reward that comes back, right? So now you see everything is linking to believe one way or the other. You get, aside from the belief I sell him that he can make life better for himself and others around him, which when he starts, if the person take it and then start working on it, he discovered that okay, this thing is not just for saying sake. I've seen somebody that have walked through this part, and then this is how he is now. And I'm also working on the part, and it's also working for me. So you get the point. It's more easier to actually go all in and tell people, okay, this is my discovery. You get the excitement of like, okay, I'm the person that told this person, and this person is actually doing good for himself. So you will just see community members going all in because they have discovered something that is working, and then they will love others also be a part of it. So this is things that I do. I just love community that has to do with three jobs, focusing on the corporate aspect, networking with people. So you get, that's why today I can, when it comes to networking, I can hit my chest and tell people that do not neglect the place of networking.
Are you still with us, Abu Shedrak? Are you still with us? I think I stopped hearing Abu Shedrak. Please, someone confirm. Let me be sure that I can. Oh man, so sorry, guys. Yeah, I think network kicked Abu Shedrak out. Please, Nano Complex, let me know if you can hear me. Hello, Nano Complex. Can you hear me? Wow. I think the network is really messing us up, but I think we've gained lots and lots of value, and definitely I want to thank everyone, every single person that joined. It's always a delight to come here and talk about community. One thing I want you to know is that you can actually build a community of brand ambassadors without incentivizing with monetary benefits. Yeah, there are lots of ways you can incentivize your community. There are a lot of ways you can bring them to the understanding of what true community participation is. And Abu Shajak has done justice to it. I super wish we were able to hear Nano speak to us, a man with lot and lot of experience, but we'll definitely pardon the network issues today and hope we get to meet some other time. And he's very, very much active um, by that time. So yeah, Abu Shajak, please let me know if you can speak and if your network is back.
The network kicked out, so sorry. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Perfect.
Okay, so sorry about
Okay.
that.
So yeah, no problem. No problem. So yeah, thank you very much. I would like to ask the last question for the day. So one thing about community managers, community development managers, community strategists, community leads, and any other name you call it, we love using metrics. You understand? We love measuring success. So I'd like to know what metrics can be used to measure the success of a community to ambassador transformation strategy or an ambassador program. So what strategy can you use to measure the success of an ambassador program if you are to run one? I think this will help a lot of persons here.
Okay, okay, thank you so much. So now talking about metrics of measurement. Metrics of measurement. Now personally, like I said, I love attacking any question from a standpoint of my opinion and do it. And yeah, even though I've not done it to some cases, right? But how I will approach it. So number one, I'll look at, let's say, if my community has a product, right? If it has a product, and okay, let's say we are looking forward to having more people to test our product, having more people download it and stuff like that. So this is how I'll measure it. Let's say if the only persons I share the what's it called, the link or the products to is my immediate community, let's say of about 500 persons, right? And I did not pay for ad. I did not tell anybody to shill it. I did not, go outside the community to actually help the link, or should I say help the product pave or get acceptance into the wider market, right? But then I now discover that the number of downloads, right? The number of people signing up, the number of people interacting with it is way more than the number of my immediate community. Having to look at that matrix, I will definitely know that okay, the community members are actually the ones behind this. So I will use the metrics of what's it called, downloads, installation. That's if we have a product. But in the case of a community that does not have a product, all they have is themselves and then their WhatsApp chat or their Telegram community and stuff like that. So this is how I also measure it. It's still similar to that of a product in terms of analogy, but then I think it's a different concept entirely. Now, let's say we only have a community on WhatsApp, right? And aside the art budget, aside from the publicity budget, I now realize that the number of what's it called, community members, this community strength is increasing rapidly, right? I will use that as a metric to also understand that the message I've been to the initial community members is actually getting to them, and then they accept the belief and then they are now working with it. You get, so installation, invites, uh views, yes, views as well is also other metrics I actually use to actually check it out. And another thing is participation. participation. Like I said, there are different type of participation. There is healthy participation in a community, healthy one, and then there is just I don't want to use the word nonchalant, but then there is just casual participation. So if you check the healthy participation and the casual one, which one is more, right? So now, before this will actually be effective, you have to go back in time. Before I started relating to my community members in so so and so way, that means selling a belief to them. How was, or should I say, how has been the healthy conversation rate and then the casual conversation rate? So now that will help you understand if there is a growth or not. So this is also another strategy you can use. So these are just the three should I say, tested, yeah, but then there's still other strategy out there that I might not be able to mention, but then these are the three you can actually use to track, okay, how is this product doing before I introduce it to my community, and how did they resonate with it, number two, and did we still have more people outside the community, testing this product? If yes, how did they get to have access to that knowledge? It simply means that people from your community actually take it to them. So with that, now you know that okay, these people are actually now moving from just members to ambassadors. Because somebody that is just there as a member, he doesn't really care if the product only have 10 or 2 downloads. You get the point. So, but if you see your community is now being passionate about, okay, why not we have 1,000 downloads instead of the 100 we have? What do you think? So bringing things like it shows that okay, this message is actually getting to them, and they are transforming gradually from just an ordinary member to becoming brand ambassadors that will actually bring what's it called? Yes, that will help increase your productivity as a community manager. So yeah, thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Abu Shedrak. I think you've done so well. Thank you for standing in for both yourself, Nano Crypt, and the entire community that joined us. So it was actually a beautiful time. Yeah, this event was actually sponsored by CMX, and I'm happy to see us doing great. So CMX is the world's most passionate network of community professionals. So here you get to get all the support you need to strive and to actually thrive as a community builder, as a community manager, or as a community person entirely. And we want to see you join us. I think our next meeting might be physical. Yeah, we get to interact one on one, ask community inclined questions, and get the support we need. And if you would like to join CMX, please do well to send me a message. Please see us. We are active on Slack. And yeah, I know a lot of persons had issues joining because they were not familiar with the platform. So this the platform we used, yeah, Bevy is the platform we use, and it's super awesome, super amazing. You get to do a whole lot of things. I think you need to navigate through it to be able to familiarize yourself with it. But regardless of that, we are super grateful for having you. And we hope we see you some other time. Once again, thank you, Abu Shedra, for coming, and to Nano Crypt for also coming. We thank you. We know some other time you will definitely have all the time you need to actually speak to us and converse with us. So thank you very much. It's been a pleasure hosting this. Officially, I will call this our first session for the year, and we'll be having subsequent sessions. If you have any community related topics you want us to talk about in our subsequent sessions,